This is the Leicester Till I Die Watchalong show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
I don't know what to say. Look, if anybody's got a gun, Ruud van Nistelrooy stood by the side of the Manchester United pitch with a green microphone. Shoot him, somebody. He fucking has not got a clue. My fucking dick knows more about football than he does. What a waste of space. I mean, he's taking the oxygen that somebody else can breathe. What has he done with this team? We might as well go home now. Give it to them now. What? The guy is a complete and a waste of... honestly, he couldn't organise a wank up in a whorehouse. He really couldn't. Good evening, by the way. This is Leicester Till I Die. Welcome along. It's the Matchday Watchalong. Good evening, Wayne. Well, I say good. you may have noticed, I may have given out a little hint there about how I feel about this team.
Well, apart from, Thomas is in, isn't he? And Daka Favada. And Indeed, I suppose. But so what did you expect, Chris? Come on. What did you...
I've got to say, and I've got to say, to the guy that actually, when I posted this in Facebook, said... what would I have done? Maybe if he'd watched the preview show on last night, he would know. So I've left him with that. But I'll tell you what, because I know you were watching, but let me talk you through it. Hermansen in goal. I'd have probably put Stolarczyk in there, but fair enough on that. Hermansen came back, didn't cover himself in glory. Justin is not a fucking right back. Yes, he's got it on his CV, but we've bought a fucking right back. Did we not? Did somebody called Koulibaly? Did I dream that, or did we actually buy a right back?
No, and it's one of your big bugbears, isn't it, Chris? Yeah.
Why is he playing a player? Yes, he's got right back on his CV. He should be right back in the fucking dressing room at the moment. I know that's an old joke, I'm sorry, but, he is a left back primarily who can fill in on the right back. Now, he can fill in, and he's been filling in very badly. It's like trying to fill a hole in the wall with porridge. It's not going to work, And so we go out and buy a right back. Where is he? On the fucking bench. And then Faze. I was just watching the Everton game back and not talking about the first 3 goals, but the 4th goal, Faze, when he lost the ball, stood there. in the box doing, well, probably having a wank, if I'm honest with you, because mind you, having said that, he can't play football. He probably can't play with himself either. He'd probably let it slip out of his hand. But when he lost the ball, somebody, and I'm not sure who it was, a teammate ran from behind him into the box, and he was just stood there. That man, get him out of our club. He is as much use as a chocolate teapot. He is shit. I'm not saying Vestergaard's any better at the moment. I'm not saying Cody's any better at the moment. After that, we're struggling, I think, aren't we? And there's probably another one I can't remember. But what is the... I know. Look, Thomas, I like him. But Christians, I mean, everybody's saying, well, look, we should be concentrating on the league. We will be in 90 minutes because we'll be stuffed. They've beaten us twice at Man United already, at Old Trafford. This is a record, I think, for a team to lose the same game 3 times at the same stadium in one season.
It's not good on your CV, is it, Chris? That isn't.
No. But Tom, why, or even bring Justin over to the left and put a right back on in the right back place, you fucking Dutch wanker. Indeed, and Samari, yes, I agree. We need that. El Canus, okay. Dakova fucking Reed. What did he do against Everton? Sweet fuck all. Ayew is not a starter. Now you watch, we'll be 5-0 up at half time.
We will.
No, we won't, will we?
No, we won't.
Daka, I get it. But put Vardy on for a bloody... Because, I mean, look, we've got Arsenal at the weekend. Have we got... No, next weekend. Why are we resting him? We're not going to win that game, so at least put him on the bench. And then all the bullshit that Ruud van Nistelrooy speaks about, I'm going to pick the youngsters. He named 2, and then he doesn't pick 1. What does that say to that young lad? And I'll tell you something as well. If he meant it, why hasn't Alves been in the squad more often?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big conundrum. He mentioned the young lads like Gakpo, Madueke, Siemens, Braithwaite, Bailey that he brought on at PSV, sorry. But that's the thing. Alves has always puzzled me. It's always puzzled me how they fetched him back and they didn't use him. And he did say he likes to bring on the young players, develop them as humans, make sure they've got the skill to come into the first team. And then that is a gobsmack to me. I just thought Jake Evans would be on the bench because Owen Palmer-Atkins talks about a 15 and 16-year-old, but he says 15 and 16-year-old have got names. It's Mongot and Jake Evans, So he did mention them both by name, and he's only got one on the bench, which, it does make you question. But I mean, even Enzo didn't really play the youth, did he?
But like I say, for me, stop talking bullshit. Don't make promises to youngsters and then go back on them. But don't say something that's so fucking obviously bullshit because, like I say, he would have played Alves. He's had him there since he's come in. I mean, it's another argument about whether he should have gone out earlier in the season. That's not down to Ruud. Let's be honest, he wasn't there at the start. I honestly think we'd be better off under Cooper.
Yeah, I think the only thing I think is whether he's not playing some of these young lads, because to go to Old Trafford, it's a big game. But then again, young lads have got confidence. Young lads believe they can take on anybody, which is why when Alves came on against, I thought it was West Ham, but it wasn't. It was Watford in the cup.
Well.
He was just making mugs of all those professional Watford players, and then he hasn't really featured for us since. It can take the ball in tight areas. So, I mean, Monga, did you see Monga's goal in the top corner? Oh my goodness! If that was Mahrez or some, yeah.
I just, this guy is just taking the piss.
I think the only thing with them young lads, sometimes I get it that is against under 21 players. So it's whether they can replicate that against.
Yeah. But they can't do any bloody worse than this lot of Muppets. I mean, I'm actually looking for Fozzie Bear and Miss Piggy in the starting lineup. They must be there somewhere, surely. Sure, hang on. No, they're not. I'm surprised. I mean, did this guy that is our so-called manager, did he not go to Goodison Park last weekend? Do you think did he sort of take the wrong turning and end up at Anfield?
No,
because he could not have watched that game and picked those fucking players.
No, I mean, the one thing I will say, at least Vestergaard isn't in there. So he might, he's probably thinking Okoli and Faz is completely different too. But I would prefer Justin to have been on the left, as you said, to, what's that? What's his name? Koulibaly. Koulibaly to be on the right. You get that Ndidi and Samari in the middle should protect the back four a bit more. But the Cordova Reid and Ayew, having him sort of mentioned about the young players in his press conference, it just seems like he's being cautious, and like Steve Cooper was accused of wanting to stay in games and being conservative, and this does seem like it's
starting early.
Eric Morecambe waves from the other side every time you do that.
I'd have Eric Morecambe in that bloody team at the moment. I honestly, I can't be arsed tonight. I really, seriously cannot be arsed. I've already, my brother-in-law and my two nephews are all Man United fans. He's from Hong Kong. I mean, who else would he support? But they're all Man United fans. And I've already sent him a message saying, well done on your win.
Right.
I mean, that is, I mean, I asked, I don't know if you saw it, I asked a poll, and somebody said, I put a poll up, I'd asked on X, after the January transfer window, are Leicester City going to stay up or go down? And I posted it across the socials, and he goes, who does these polls? I was never asked. And as I said to him, well, if you'd been on X and followed me, you'd have been able to, wouldn't you?
I didn't like that poll, Chris. That was quite damning, wasn't it?
Yeah, 92.7% was it? 92.7%. All right, it was 53 people voted, but all polls. We don't ask 35,000 Leicester City fans. We take a sample. There was, I think it was 2.5 days they had to respond, and 7.1% thinks we'll stay up. I mean, what's that about? Keep the fucking faith.
Fox is never quit, Chris.
Well, I saw Faze. He fucking quits every game.
He did. He did. Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm overweight. I'm in my 60s, ready for it. Well, I am taking early retirement. I could fucking run faster than that wanker. I really could. What? And Dakova Reid, please. Why? I mean, you look at that game and pick the same lineup. Why?
I do think Everton, that was the one side. They are a very, very physical. You've got Decore in the middle, and he's like Kante used to be. So they are a very, very physical side, and maybe put them in because they could hold their own. But I just didn't think the young lads, pace always scares defences, and Man United are really weak at the moment, and we could give them a good game. But with that side though, the criticism is that Cordova Reid and Ayew, when we break forward, they slow the attack down.
Yeah, I mean, Bath Time will come along. He's a Man United fan. He's saying you got a far better chance tonight with the Nana in the net. Oh, Nana, whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, let's have a look at the Man United team. I'm surprised that he has gone for Onana, to be honest with you, because that goalkeeper that they had in the nets last time, I think Onana was either banned or injured. I'm not sure which. He was absolutely the man of the match. I watched that match, and he really, really impressed me. But they've gone 3-2-4-1. Onana in goal. Mazuri, Maguire, Yoro are a back three. bloody BBC, where have we gone? Ergot and Bruno Fernandes, everybody's favourite, in the two holding midfielders. Dalot and Dorgu, I think, are the wingers, and then Dalio and Mainu behind Hoyland. Looking at that, I still think, I mean, you say that we're going to do well with Onana in goal. That's presuming we have a shot. We had one shot on target against Everton.
Was that 70 minutes or something? Or
yeah.
Like that? Yeah. I mean, my brother's got an honour in his fancy football team, and he keeps going, "Oh my God, I forgot to change the keeper," because he is having a mare of a season, isn't he?
He is, but look, you want redemption? Play Leicester City, and that's whether you haven't scored. Oh, this player's playing; he hasn't scored for 5 years yet. He'll score against Leicester.
Well, the thing is, Rude might be match fixing. He might have put a bribe in for an honour to go in goal.
Well, he might have had a bet. He might have done a Tony and put a bet on Man United. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, we rely on Maguire maybe making a mistake, but he's not going to. I mean, I've gone 3-0 Man United.
Yeah, I think the reason why they put Amad Diallo, because he's a brilliant player if he's on it. So maybe they put Thomas on there to keep up with him because he's young and fit, Thomas. But yeah, I'd say 3-2 to Leicester. I think it's going to be quite an open game, to be honest.
I mean, if it's 3-2, I will come on at the post-match and say, I think it was a brilliant team.
In your boxes, Chris. Come on, in your boxes. You're going in the cup.
You do not want to see me. I have got better boobs than Sam Fox ever had. Believe you me.
No, you just your boxes, kid. Keep your top on.
Yeah, I'd be like that. I'd be like that. Hang on now. This is notice this. This is getting a little bit what I would call Gino De Campo style, isn't it? It goes down a bit.
So what score do you think it's going to be then, Chris?
Sorry?
What score do you think it's going to be?
I'm glad you were listening to me because I said before. Nobody listens to me. I said 3-0 Man United.
3-0, yeah. Did you put that in the fantasy? Oh no, we didn't predict it, did we?
We didn't. We're not doing the prediction with the FA Cup. No, we're doing bad enough with the Premier League.
Is that you being optimistic or pessimistic? The 3-0, Chris.
Optimistic that we can keep it down. If Everton can put 4 past us, I mean, Man United are having a bad season compared to what Man United fans would expect. Let's be honest with you. As Leicester fans, we only expected 17th, so we're 19th at the moment. So we're not. We're where we probably thought we would be, but Man United the fans would expect. So in a way, they're having more of a disappointment. But as the season goes, they're not as awful as us.
No, they have got some brilliant. I mean, look at what cost is their squad? They've got a lot of money's worth on their squad because they're the highest spenders, aren't they, in the Premiership? Overall net spend, I think, for a long time. I'm sure they are. All up there with Chelsea. Is
that not Man City in this window or of all time?
Overall, over the last few years, they've spent a lot of money.
Okay.
And compared to the price of our, we've got one of the smallest squad values in the Premier, haven't we? But I think Ndidi coming back is like the statistics on when Ndidi starts and he doesn't, and our win rate is quite staggering, isn't it?
How long do you think he'll last before he gets injured?
Well, he's been training with his squad for a couple of weeks, hasn't he? So it's not like they're just chucking him back in.
Always look on the bright side of life. Do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If I don't laugh, I'll cry.
When life's getting you down, just take a look at the.
Yes. I tell you what, I'm taking a look at Ian Wright's jacket. Wow, that is some jacket.
I put on my notes, Ian Wright, dapper.
That is better than Wenger's, wasn't it? When he couldn't find his pocket. That is an amazing, It's like one of those that blow up. You press it. Having said that, that's my body without any clothes on. But we've lost twice to them at Old Trafford. I don't think any team before has lost 3 times to the same team at the same ground in one season.
No.
Now, well done, Rude, because you're going to get us yet another record. He's certainly a record breaker, isn't he?
Yeah.
5-2 in the
Roy
league.
Castle's doing his dance while you speak, Chris.
I think Man United must still be paying him. 5-2 in the League Cup, 3-0 in the Premier League. And Ruud van Nistelrooy, it says he was in charge of United for both wins. That was obviously what got him the job, let's be honest. But look, again, you could argue that Leicester are so awful that you could manage that Man United side and beat us. No disrespect to you, obviously, Wayne.
No. My fancy football scores, you probably bang on there, Chris, to be honest.
You don't mention prediction league this week.
I think the trouble is Spurs, although Spurs we beat them, they're absolutely woeful, aren't they? Apologies to any Spurs fans. So that was kind of false dawn. I do think things are improving. And I think he's got to work. I think Ndidi coming back is crucial. So you got to ask the question logically: if Ndidi had played, not been injured, would we have had more points than we've got now? Yes, I think we'd have been out of the bottom 3. So that's what we want. If somebody said, you said I'll take 17th all day long. So I think if Ndidi had not been injured, we would not have been in the relegation zone. I think he would have made, because the statistics are really strong for when he starts, the amount of games we win, as opposed to when he's not playing.
See, the thing is, I wasn't impressed with him when he was playing earlier in the season. That said, Winks, Skip, Ndidi, it's got to be Ndidi every time at the moment, because Winks is awful. I'd actually have Skip over Winks, and Skip hasn't, played long enough to, prove me right one way or another. I just think one player is not going to make the difference to this squad.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Don't get me wrong. Bring Messi or Ronaldo in.
Yeah,
possibly.
But you know what? If you get a good midfielder, they can protect the defence as well. They can stop attacks coming through to the central defence. So actually, the actual defence could be more solid just because you've got a good midfielder in. And his stats, somebody showed me one of his stats for this season. He's right up there with tackles and interceptions and yards covered. And that then made me realise, okay, so that's why the statistics when Leicester play with Ndidi, we have far more success in winning games and getting result draws than if Ndidi's not playing, because he's not one of those players that dribbles, flicks the ball over somebody, just covers the yards, blocks things off. It can, the reason why he's so good is because he can be in the middle of central midfield, then it can go and tackle somebody out on the wing, then get back in the centre. So I do think if he can stay fit for the rest of the season, I am confident that we will stay up.
You were that 0.1% on the 7, weren't you?
I was. I tried to enter the survey twice, Chris, but it wouldn't let me.
That time, Man United fan, and you're very welcome back. I'll try not to wash over your comments. That time, wash over.
Oh.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah.
I didn't realise you finished 12th last season. Wow. I must admit, no, I didn't think it was that bad. Good God, they're showing the 1963 Cup final again.
Do you know what?
ITV don't have much footage to go back to. I love that man, the guy with the fag out of his mouth. He's tied around there going. Oh dear. No substitute striker on the bench. I've got to be honest with you. We're paying his wages until May. We might as well have stuck Edouard on, mightn't we?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that because they did say about what about loans? Because Owen Palmer Atkins and a female journalist, they were asking him questions about the transfer window, and he says with the 2 English loans, they were blocking any strengthening we could make. And he did say he was frustrated with the fact that Edouard's on, signed as one of the loans. He's just not featured. The same as who's the other loanee?
Buenete,
that's right. Yeah, Buenete. That's the one thing about Buenete. It's really puzzling, but it must be, as what Kate said when she's watched the live matches, he's great when he's on it and he's attacking and he can ride through tackles and get a shot off, but he is lazy. If he's not in the game, he's literally, it's like playing with 10 men. So
yes.
that must be why Rue's not picking him.
I get it, and we don't know what goes on at the training ground and what have you. But I just think like he's stuck Monzo on. Is he really going to give a debut to a 15-year-old unless we're 8-0 down? No. If we're 1-1, he's not going to take Daka off and put Monzo on or whatever. Monzo on. At least Edouard, stick him on. What have we got to lose? And we're all putting him to bits, right? But we haven't seen him to actually know whether he would be any good. I think he's played 4 minutes or something. He's costing us £8 a week.
Yeah, and the question is, okay, so logically, why hasn't he played in a team that's really struggling? It can only be, the only possible explanation is because he's absolutely crap. He's being crap in training, and the manager's looking at him thinking, no.
I mean, we also, the other thing as well is that we couldn't send him back because of the loan agreement, but that was also the case with Buenete. Brighton couldn't recall him either.
Right. Because there were rumours that another club wanted to sign him, wasn't there?
But they couldn't call him back because the agreement said we had him for the whole season from hell or high water. Look, the players are coming out onto the pitch. Can I just show you? I just want to show you something.
Hey, love it, Chris. Love it.
It's called a smile. It's either the last time you see it.
When you're smiling.
Yes. Yeah, that's a bloody miserable song as well, isn't it? I'll see you at half time, mate. Thank you very much for coming on.
Enjoy the match.
Cheers. Well, yeah, do my best. See you at half time. Thanks so much to Wayne there. He will be back at half time. And let's just get this out there. So the teams are out on the pitch. Let's get ready. How embarrassing is this going to be? Really?
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. Leave a like now. Ring the bell and never miss another video.
To be honest with you, I've started early on the cider tonight, and I'm just, I think, going to get drunk. That is the team. Get your predictions in the chat. I mean, I've gone 3-0. Craig's then. Craig, he's gone 2-1. Don't forget, no spoilers. You will be kicked out. Not sure if there's any mods in, but if there's no mods, I will kick you out. And if I kick you out, it's permanent, not just for 24 hours. Wayne went 3-2 to Manchester United. So he thought we'd put I think he was presuming it was Manchester United. That's empty already. Empty. Start on the second one. That's what you call a well-balanced diet. Because, of course, it's cider. That's also 2 of my 3 a day. Somebody just said something's giving Leicester hope. I don't know. Ronald, yeah, I've gone 3, mate, so I can't argue with you. Jeremy Monga is just 15. He's above the substitutes. Should he come on tonight? he would become Leicester's youngest ever FA Cup debutant. I just can't believe that we haven't got another striker on the bench. But here we go. No VAR. And we're off. Man United are playing in their home strip, obviously, of red top, white shorts and black socks, kicking from left to right. Leicester are all in blue, and they're kicking from right to left. This is Man United's only chance of getting into Europe this season. Well, can we last a minute without conceding? That's the question. Can we beat our record against Everton? And we have 40 odd seconds gone. We can do it, guys. We're 1-0 down versus Everton at this point. It's still 0-0. I'll take anything. Any port in a storm, as they say. Leicester tackle, but give the ball away. Then we get a late free kick. And that was late. The referee tonight is Michael Salisbury. And not sure who's on VAR. It's not. Oh, there's no VAR tonight. So whatever Michael Salisbury says, that's what happens. Wearing obviously the old FA Cup strip in hope more than anticipation. Geordie, thank you very much, sir. Kate, it's been a while. Hello, how are you doing? Welcome back. Nice to see you. I hope you are keeping well. So it's a throw into Manchester United, taken quickly. It's going to go all the way back to... Oh, no, it's going to go past Onana. And it's out onto this near side. The moment 2 minutes gone, they're just keeping possession very nicely, Man United. Like I say, this is already an improvement. Beaten us twice already in the other cup competition. They beat us 5-2 in the Fizzy Pop Cup. And a bit dangerously at the moment. Oh, God help us, phases on the ball. Back to Mads Manson. And, of course, they beat us 3-0 in the first of the 2 league games. I don't know, like I say, I don't think any club has actually ever lost 3 games against the same team at the same ground in one season. Hello, Russ. How are you, sir? Hope you are well. Justin over the top. Daka actually does well to get it. They're being crowded out a bit at the moment. Dakova Reed to Buonette. Can he get the ball in the box? No. And he loses it. He goes out for a throw-in. And some of these Leicester players do like to hold on to the ball rather than actually give somebody else on the team a chance. And it goes all the way back to phase in defence. So we had an attack there. Didn't last very long. Yes. As good as can be expected supporting this team. Samare loses out there to Manchester United, closing him down well. Oh, then they give the ball away. Indeedy. Then again, he gave the ball away. I have to be, we've got to say to Indeed, obviously it's his first game back, so might be a little bit out of time. 3-4-3 is the formation for Manchester United. 4-2-3-1 for us. Okay, I'm doing okay right now. Daka's on the ball in the box. Stayed on his feet. He might have been better going down. That goes out, and it's a Leicester City throw-in. 4 minutes gone. So it goes back to Faze. Plays it over to Okoli. Let's see what Okoli can do in this game. We're not really seeing much of him. Maguire on the ball. I'm sure he'll get booed every time he touches it. I like Maguire. I wish he'd have come back. Oh, Daka now is a forward batsman. Justin. Hey, oh! Daka was back to AU, who had a great shot. And was going to the top corner, but the goalkeeper couldn't. We've got to 6 minutes and it's still 0-0. There's only 6 minutes of the game. You can't have dozed off yet, Prashant. So, Ronald, the answer was yes, we can. At least one of the Leicester sides is winning. Cheers, Russ. Don't mind that because it's the under 21, so we're not covering that game tonight. No other FA Cup games tonight, obviously. Ronald, you're pushing it, mate. You're pushing it. A lovely cross over the... Oh, could he keep it in? Yes, he can, Man United. Well done, but he unable to control it. And then gets a free kick, indeed. That was a lovely ball across field there, by the way, from I think it was from Maguire. So, Okoli. Changing positions with Faze a lot. Thomas. Museo back to Thomas. Into the midfield. Oh, Sumare then given... Because see what he's trying to do? He's trying to play a cross-field ball, but it went to a Man United player. And now they're coming down this right-hand side. But Leicester... Oh, and then it's going out for a throw-in. Is that a Leicester throw? It should be a Leicester throw, but it's probably gone Man United's way. Yes, it did. That's not the best of ball. It's crossed by Man United straight to a Leicester player. Okoli got Thomas here. Obviously, was in our cup winning team. It seems like a year. Well, it was years ago. Let's be honest with you, wasn't it? So Leicester with a long ball up the far side, but it's cut out very easily by Man United. It has to be said. I'd just love to see us try two up front at one point. Lovely crossfield ball to the near side for Man United. Oh, 1-2 there. Lovely. On the edge of the box. Good tackle there. by Akoli. Hermansen comes and collects it. That was a good tackle by Akoli, and it needed to be. Now, Leicester playing it out from the back. Sumare, back to Faz. They are good at those long diagonal balls, in fairness, Man United. El Canoes now down that far side. Worst thing was when I watched the Jamie, how you doing? When I watched the Man United Arsenal game in the last round, I was with my brother-in-law and my nephews, my Man United fans. And when they got through on penalties, I said, "Be Leicester Man United in the next round." I should put a bloody bet on it. So Man United coming down this near side now. Remember, Man United. Oh. Not a very good ball there. Luke Thomas got his foot in well. 10 minutes gone. 0-0. One thing Manchester United are being very good at tonight, and that is switching sides. The fact that we've got to 11 minutes and it's 0-0, does that say more about Leicester or more about Manchester United, I wonder? Thomas did well there, getting the ball to Ayew, who can run down into the box. Oh, that's a foul to Manchester United, but Daka was being held back by Maguire in the box. Penalty to the opposition at Old Trafford. Don't be silly. Oh, I mean, that was a penalty if ever I saw one. Daka should have gone down. But like I say, let's be honest with you, you never get a penalty against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Apparently, if they do that, the referees get money docked. Now it's a free kick for James Justin, doing well there with Mainu. Gets a free kick for Leicester on the far side. Leicester all in blue. Indeed, his captain, of course, today. So, chance here for Leicester. All the players are up. El Canoes took it, but the wall did its job for Man United, and it's back with that almost on the halfway line. In fact, it'll go all the way back. From the free kick, all the way back to Hermansen. Ayew and Justin passing between them on the far side. Again goes back to Faz. He'll use a Manson who's on the edge of his box. Oh. Nearly cocked it up there. What a cock up. He's on the subs bench, Ronald. It's taking you 13 minutes to notice he's not on the pitch. I think that just about sums it all up. It could be a throw in to United, virtually on the halfway line on the far side. Leicester at the moment are holding their own. 50%, 50.4% possession to United, 49.6 to Leicester at the moment. Leicester have had one shot. Man United haven't yet. But like I say, there is only just coming up to 15 minutes gone. If Amarin was to somehow lose this, again, is that Samari or Ndidi with a poor pass, which we got away with, but then threw it away? Ivan, if I do that, if that's the case, I'll run up and down my street naked. There you go. You don't want to see that. Throw into Leicester on the far side after a poor pass upfield by United. Dakova Reed. Of course, let's give him his full name. Dakova Reed Y. Free kick to Leicester, I think. Yes. Mazuri there. A couple of fouls he's given away. I suppose, look, if we get knocked out tonight, it's the old we can concentrate on the league now, of course. But we've also got to think that, you know, Arsenal have been knocked out by Manchester United, so it won't be the most embarrassing thing. At least it's a Friday night, so at least we've got the whole weekend to get over it. I'm actually, tomorrow, I'm off to see Christchurch if the weather holds, who are in about the 9th, 10th tier, semi-pro team. Dorku kept the ball in well there. Good defending. Okoli there got in his way. Thomas went up to try and stop it. He missed it. I thought it had gone out, but it was right in front of the linesman. Said it was kept in. Now we got to look at first corner of the match to Manchester United on the near side. Yeah, I'm going to go to Christchurch. Don't know whether to do it. I might do a match vlog about it. I'm not sure, guys. What do you think? Yeah, it is the first time they got beyond the last man. Headed clear at the post there. Good defending by Leicester. He goes back to virtually the halfway line. Apparently, two Man United's chances have come from Leicester making mistakes. Who knew? Oh, Samari there with a little bit of twinkle toes. Finally, Hermanson boots it upfield. Indeed, I think. With the twinkle toes, AU. The moment we can't get it out from defence, every time the defence kick it out, we kick it back to them. Now Ayu down this near side, showing a burst of speed. Plays it back though. There was a player overlapping him, but with the thought that AU might actually go forward. And it's back on the halfway line. So the advantage we had by breaking, we give away. Not sure who the commentator is here, but we'll give it away. Highland. They managed to keep hold of it, Man United. Out onto this near side. Dorgu. It was taken out. Thomas. Free kick to Man United. Yeah, I think he took one for the team there, Luke Thomas, despite his protests. Now it's 20 minutes gone, and it's Man United 0, Leicester City 0. Bruno Fernandes over the ball. Diallo as well, but I think it's probably going to be Fernandes that plays it in. He is very much a Robbie Savage type player, isn't he? Everybody hates him, but if he was on your team, you'd love him. And the ball comes in now. It's short. It's a corner. It was a deflection. It was nicely worked. Dalio ran off the ball, and instead of playing it in, Fernandes just played it to his left to him, took a free kick, but it's gone out now. Fernandes goes over to take the corner on the far side. Referee's just having a word with a Luke Thomas and a United striker. The corner's on the far side, second corner on United. It's whipped in, headed clear, but it's straight back to Fernandes, who can play it back in again. He doesn't. He's found a player here loose on the edge, but he couldn't control it. Oh, Dorka there. Wow. It was worth an effort, but it was always rising. It was always going up. There's a lovely back heel from the Man United player who initially had lost the ball. Diallo lost the ball, but managed to run after it. Back heel to Dorgu, who then sort of shot very, very high. McCody with a short kick to Madsen Manson, who boots it upfield. Why he just didn't do that in the first place, I don't know. The Luke Thomas back to Akoli. Well, a bit like pinball at the moment. Nobody wants to control the ball, but Man United do now. Out to the far side. Hogging the line, Man United. Keeping control of the ball, though. While they've got control, of course, Leicester can't do anything. Two shots to Man United now, to Leicester's one. Possession's pretty much the same as it was. Midway through the first half. Aaron just came down from his comfy seat to the side of the pitch. Now he's gone back up again. A free kick to Man United. Oh, all the way through. Hoyland couldn't get onto it, and he goes all the way through to Madsen Manson. So quarter of the game gone. Madsen Manson holding the ball at the moment. Phase, Justin. Can't get it past the Man United player. Just the simple things. Why is Justin on that right-hand side? So Leicester keep it in control. Can we actually break forward and pass the ball forward? Thomas now on this near side. Manages to keep... No, he doesn't. He manages to put the fucking ball out. And then again, another good move by Leicester is ruined because we're fucking shit and can't do the simple things. Man United on this near side. Thomas is turned. Leicester City managed to bundle him off the ball, the Man United player. And we keep hold of it with Canoes. Through to Daka. Daka, oh. Dakova Reed, sorry, on the far side. It was a good ball, I've got to say, for Mayu. Yeah, Daka, he couldn't have got it back. Sorry, Dakova Reed could not have got it back to Daka. Daka was literally, had got about 3 Man United players between the two of them. And I think the goalkeeper had the shot covered anyway. But it's okay, it's another effort. Just reminding Man United that we are here. Ronald, that was my thoughts. Offside. And there's a free kick to Leicester. Just inside their own half. Sure, Mr. Roy's been making some old acquaintances. Meeting a few old acquaintances. And again, what about if we win tonight, carrying the momentum into the Premier League? Seriously, we can't carry momentum from winning in the Premier League over. We can't beat a team 6, whatever it was, 6-1 was it? I can't remember. Against QPR, we can't carry that over into that momentum over either. Leicester City's momentum is about as good as the Labour Party's was under Jeremy Corbyn. That's the Momentum Party, by the way, which was part of Labour. No foul. Throw into Leicester on the far side. Indeed, he's getting involved. Don't think whether he will last the full 90 or not. We're all being closed down. Man United are closing us down. Probably bearded. A forward ball to absolutely nobody from Ndidi. Now that was a free kick this time to Man United. Indeed, he's saying, "What, me, Bob?" Yes, you indeed. That was a little bit reckless. Not happy with the decision. I think the game does need a goal. Hopefully it will come to the team in blue. And that would open it up because Man United would have to come at us then, leaving space at the back for Daka. Yeah, the Man United crowd are getting a little bit frustrated with the team. So they're playing it from one side of the pitch to the other, Man United. Now it's into the centre, but they give it away. But Ayu's got it on now. He's got a break on here down the left-hand side. He's got nobody really with him. Daka's in the box, but he's playing it. He's got Thomas now supporting him from behind. He'll pass it in left-footed. It goes over, but it's out for a corner. But it was a good ball into the box by Luke Thomas. That was a good run by Ayu. So Leicester corner. What can they do with it? So corner, Luke Thomas. Just waiting for the referee to give the all clear. Now he has. Oh, goes all the way through the box. So into Man United, is it? Oh, Coley nearly connected with it. Man United tried to break here from a Leicester mistake. Can they? Now this into the box. Leicester can't clear it. Thomas there. That was El Canoe, sorry. But Leicester managed to keep hold of it now. Leicester got all the space in the world, and yet Justin's just stood there going, what do I do? What do I do with it? Fucking play it upfield, you nonce. Oh, I've got the ball and I've got a lot of space. What shall I do with it? I know. I'll just pass it across there to my player. I won't go forward with it. And of course, we lose it again. Oh, what's going to be a free kick? Hey, you were taken down there by Dorgu. So Leicester have got a free kick. Thomas over the ball on the near side, halfway in the half. Luke Thomas plays it up all over everybody there. And he lets it go out for a throw into Manchester United. Wasted chance there. Leicester somehow managing to keep hold of the ball. If not, we do play it back into our own half and all the way back to Mads Manson, but at least we keep hold of the ball. Ronald, 100%. 100%, mate. We have absolutely no idea when we go forward. Leicester somehow, I think, a bit of luck there, managed to keep hold of the ball. Dakova Reed into El Canouse. Tries to play it forward. Has a second chance. And then it's given away by Ndidi. I'm just hoping that Ndidi will bring more to the game than he will do. Because he's obviously going to be a bit ring rusty. Luke Thomas doing his job well defending on his near side, and he goes out for a corner. So 36 and a half minutes gone, and it's 0-0 at this stage of the game. We are coming up, obviously, to danger time for Leicester, which is always just before half time. Corner. So what can Man United do with this corner? Oh. Manson manages to take that cross and keep it out. Falls onto the floor. Harry Maguire. Oh no, he took it, dropped it. Oh, and then Dakova Reed kicked it, nearly went in. Ndidi Thomas back to Ndidi. Ayo on this near side. And plays it back. And it'll go all the way back. Again, all the way back to bloody Mads Manson. Do they know what way we're kicking? Leicester, you're kicking from right to left. Justin now breaking forward. They called Reed into the box, but it's headed clear. My God, Justin there with a good run. The commentator just said, pass it quicker, Leicester. It's not rocket science. Yes, it is. And Dakova got away with one as well, Ronald. On Sunday, of course, at Leicester City women taking on Manchester City women away in their equivalent of the FA Cup. Of course, Manchester City without Chloe Kelly now, who's gone out to Arsenal on loan very publicly. Went to Arsenal on loan. Prassant, no, there's not. No VAR. I don't think there will be any VAR until there's the teams that are left are all Premier League teams. Because you can't have one game that's got VAR and another game that hasn't. Madsen Manson to Faze. Indeedy. Out to Justin on the far side. Down the wing. El Canoes comes and gets it and plays it back to Madsen Manson. Akoli now on this near side to Thomas. Brings it inside. Plays Ayew into a bit of trouble, but it's a free kick to Leicester. Oh, God. Last 28 home matches at Old Trafford, Manchester United have scored in every one. I know. Samori doing well. El Canoes! Yes! Took over lead! 1-0! 41 minutes! I told you what a fucking good player he was! Whoa! Let's have a look at that. Leicester City 1, Manchester United 0. No, wait for me, Red Devil. Wait for me. Let's have a look at this. Here we go. There was a long ball over the top. Samori does well. Canoes takes it to the line, plays it back. Indeedy kicks it, hits the goalkeeper. Dakova Reed offside. Who knows? No VAR. The referee has given it. Wow. I wasn't expecting that. What a time to score it. I did say this was our week time. There's only 1,000 Leicester fans have gone. Obviously, we've not won it yet. Goes without saying. Whew. That was it was a good move from Leicester. Shows what happens when you break away and you actually go forward. Now it's a free kick to Leicester. Ayew's got his arms up. Ayew and Thomas over the ball. Floating it in. Doesn't get to a Leicester play, but it will come out on the follow-up though. So it's 1-0. No shots in the first half for Manchester United. We're into the last minute of normal time. Will, of course, be stoppage time. Man United break, but it's kicked and it goes all the way back to Manson. There's just 1 minute. Only a minute. I mean, he won't get an easier goal. He will not get an easier goal. Harry, what's the score? Is the chant coming out of the Leicester end? Just waiting now for the whistle to go. It is, and it is half time. Well, I don't know about you. I wasn't expecting that. I've got to say, I don't think anybody would have been. We will have a very short break. I'll get Wayne in and we'll have a chat. Can I just say, stop the match. Stop the match. Make that full time. Do not play the second half. No. Oh, dearie me.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. Leave a like now. Ring the bell and never miss another video.
And I shall bring Wayne in. No, Wayne has gone. Hello, Wayne. I think he's fainted. Let me just take a few comments. Yeah, Red Devil, if you can wait until you hear me say it, please. And he's back. I thought he'd fainted. Spencer, come on. Anthony Herbert, big up Chris. I was watching the game, then I got distracted. Ended up watching 2 goals, 1 cup. More than that in this. Well, ended up watching 2 goals. I'm not sure if I want to know what you were watching there. Mahor, what a weird goal. Yes, it was. Goldbridge will be shitting a brick. Right place, right time. Yep, indeed. That's what it's all about. I wouldn't even swap a non for Danny Ward. Thank you, Chris. Just walked in the room. Just happy for a goal after away. You called the team, Chris. Just get a grip. I did, and I've got to say, come on. I stick by what I said. Thanks, Chris. Just walked in the room and Leicester score. I had to let the dog out. Who let the dogs out? Woo, woo. And Foster said, hello, Wayne. Wayne, what the fuck? See, I know, look, yes, I did call the team out. Does this say more about Manchester United and how bad they are, or the fact that Leicester City are actually trying today? You on mute, mate.
All right. Yeah, Man United, they are poor. I mean, Lee Dixon said, what was it, 24 minutes? It's not been great. And then he also said, he says he feels sorry for Wrighty having to pick his best bits from the first half. Which, Man United are poor. I mean, sometimes there's a lot of passing the ball back in the first half from both sides. When you're thinking, oh my God, if you just play it forward a bit quicker. But Man United, apart from the couple of bits from maybe set pieces and the clever set pieces, they have been really poor.
Now,
attack-wise, Thomas, yeah.
If anybody is watching, now is the time to clip, because it's Man United 49.9% possession, Leicester City 50%. That's a bit of a Brexit split there, isn't it? 2 shots for Man United, none on target. 4 for Leicester, 3 on target. They've had 3 touches in our box. We've had 7. Stolarczyk hasn't had to make a save. I mean, just like, all right, look, we've got another 45 minutes to go. And I've got to say, I did criticise the team. I mean, we'll talk the goal. We'll talk the goal, because Dakova Reed won't have an easier goal to score, will he?
You know what? He did react like Bruce Lee, actually. His reaction to head the ball back in was really quick. It reminded me of my boyhood hero, Bruce Lee. What?
He was. No, credit where credit is due. Look, I called it, but I'm going to say a minute went by and we hadn't conceded, which was good. Daka, 5 minutes, 46. AU had a shot in the top corner. Onana got to that. 6 minutes, it was still only 0-0, so we were quite happy at that point. I was having a bit of a game with Ronald in the chat about, he's going like, can we last them 6 minutes? Can we last till 12? I put a few notes I put here. When LCFC break, we go backwards, not forwards.
Yeah, and that sometimes Kate's, when she's reported after the match, has said, if we could just play it forward quicker, and that's what Lee Dixon was saying. He says, if Leicester played the ball quicker, they really would catch Man United out. And that ball that used that 5 minutes 47, where the quick ball behind Maguire, Daka got in, passed it to AO, shot, and that was going in the top corner. So that quick ball forward is a really good thing to do. Everton did it. Liverpool do it. All the best teams, although they play football, they can play the ball forward quickly and have a shot. They do that as part of their sort of skill set, yeah. And it was too slow, too many passes, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Man United, one thing they are doing better than us, they are closing us down, and we seem to again be playing silly passes. Look, I can't complain at Ndidi. He's played a couple of short passes, but look, he's ring rusty, so I can't. I'm hoping that his presence will do more good than maybe a couple of short passes that he's played. But I don't see Leicester closing them down.
Yeah, I'd see it different. I like Ndidi. I've got a note here.
Ndidi, I'm not moaning. I'm just saying I thought he'd played a couple of bad shots. But I'm not going to moan because it is his first game back. Yeah,
and I think, you look at Ndidi and Samari, although they were passing the ball back, I don't think we were out of control. We weren't getting overrun through midfield. I think the game was quite even. The defence didn't look pressured. We got time to play the ball around the back. So you looked at that as the game developed, you're thinking, we do seem like we're well in the game. It's well within it as to win it. And that was before when the goal came. So as the game progressed, like you were joking, Ronald, there, can we last to 10 minutes without letting a goal in? But as the game went on, I wasn't nervous at all. I don't know about you.
Yes, yeah. Who put what is wrong with the ticker tape score? Have I got it wrong there? Yes, I have. I do know. Thank you very much. In my excitement of us scoring, I have given the goal to Manchester United. Thank you very much for noticing that. I can't be perfect all the time, can I? It is, of course, Man United 0, Leicester City 1. Not the other way around, as I put up. Justin, I've got to say, went absolutely mad, and then he had a fantastic surge towards the box. But at one point, he had the ball. It was passed to him on the right. Nobody was around him. He had the freedom of Old Trafford, and then he went back and passed it back to Hermansen.
Yeah, there's a lot of back passes going on, which, I made a note of. Too many back passes. Other people have noticed it. And I think, if El Canoes, when he gets the ball, does think about going forward. And it's going to be interesting what he does with the subs in the second half, because I think if we were more, I understand why you want to stay in the game, but I think if we were more adventurous, Man United are definitely there to be exposed at the back.
Oh, definitely. They do look. They don't look threatening. Do you look? I mean, we got away with one, didn't we, with the corner? I mean, Maguire was challenging Mads, but he wasn't putting him under pressure. But he dropped it. It hit, funnily enough, to Reed. And in fact, that would have been, if that had gone over the line, it would have been an own goal. But we got away with that one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And to be honest, one thing I've noticed in the last sort of month or so from set pieces is we always load the box, and we have a line of people on the 6-yard box line. And that you could see the Man United Fernandes and the players chatting with each other. And the guy was standing with Fernandes, walked 10 yards to the left, and he just passed it to him. He's trying to get a shot off. So I think we do this. The set piece coach we've got, I can't understand why he's allowing a lot of loose players on the edge of the box to have a shot. I hope he sorts that out, because that is definitely a worrying thing. But yeah, Man United, did they really threaten us? Not really. No. Not really at all.
And Justin did have that good run, didn't he?
I like Justin. When we got Koulibaly, I was hoping that he would play Koulibaly on the right and push Justin forward, actually.
Got me wrong, Justin on the left, and I'd be as happy as a pig in mud.
Yeah, because Justin's got 4 goals, and I do like the idea of Justin. I think he could play on the wing, actually. So yeah, I know Justin's had a hard time, but I do really like Justin. I think he's great on the ball. He's super quick. He is super quick. And hopefully we'll get more chances in the second half. But yeah, to be fair though, Chris, when you had to go at the lineup, that's only fair, because when everybody saw the lineup for the Spurs game, we all said the same thing. Oh my God, what's he doing? But they had a brilliant game, and they scored a goal. Yeah,
I'll say one thing in Reed's favour, and a couple of goals have not exactly been world beaters. They've both been sort of pretty much on the line, but at least he's there.
He is, and he did have that shot. I thought about Brad, actually. I got a note here, Brad redemption arc, because the ball was played forward to Daka. Daka controlled the ball, played it to Ayew. Ayew slotted it in between Maguire and the last defender out to probably do Reed. And he was too wide to have a shot, but I'm thinking, if Brad loves a redemption arc, Daka to Ayew to Bobby Reed, what a goal that would have been.
Yes, indeed. Who needs Bonetti? But look, it is only half time. And look, I'm going to say, yeah, I did have a go at the team at the start, and maybe I was wrong. But like you said, I think everybody looked at that and went, really? But what I can't get is, look, we've got a team that turned up against Spurs, couldn't be asked against Everton, and has now turned up against Man United. Why can't they just do it week in, week out?
Yeah, I get that, Chris. And I think what I understand from the Spurs game is Spurs were really, really weak. And they were just there to be beaten. Everton under Moyes, they're always a strong physical side, but they have got some good players. Decore, he must be in the top 5 central midfielders in the Premiership. I don't know what his stats are, but they must be incredibly high. And they're just such a strong side. And to lose 2 goals within 10 minutes or something, the game was over, really, wasn't it, against Everton? Yeah. You're not going to come back from 2-0 down against Everton, no way. So I just think Everton was a super strong side. Spurs are weak. Man U are weak. So that's why I thought we'd have a good chance in this game, to be honest.
Well, we're doing all right with 45 minutes gone.
We are.
Tell you what, mate, I'm going to go and water the plant. So I will see you at full time. Fingers crossed, more of the same.
Yeah.
Brilliant, mate. All the best. Thanks so much. Let me back with the second half. So the players are coming out for the second half. Let me just update this. And remember, extra time and penalties tonight. So there's a change been made for Manchester United. So Dorgo is off and Garnacho is on. And Leicester have kicked off. Leicester, of course, like I said, at the start of the first half are all in blue. And they're going to be kicking from left to right now in this half. Or loose ball there, which indeed he collected. Canus. So, yeah, they're playing from left to right, Leicester. Get the ball in well then. Played it into the box, but way too near Anana. And United, red tops, white shorts, black socks. They are kicking from right to left. I thought, say when we bought Koulibaly playing full-back on the other wing. Oh. Bit of last-minute defending by Leicester, but they did it. I bet you're glad we didn't play like this against your lot, James. He's an Everton fan, by the way. He's always welcome. I'm not. I think it's extra time. Somebody will commit me. Oh, James, straight away. Hang on. It's a long time to hang on. I can remember once I went to... I don't know who we played, and we scored in the first minute. And we held on for the next 88 minutes to hang on for the game. Yeah, it is bad. I've only ever been to the Old Trafford, if that makes sense. I mean, I'm 63 now, and I probably went in my early 20s. So, be nice, that Callum. I often ask that, Ronald. I often ask that. So, Diallo, yeah, he got caught by Luke Thomas there. So I've got the ticker right. Sorry, Keith, mate. Honestly, I updated it. I was obviously just in absolute shock that it was Leicester that was 1-0 up. And up and under there by Leicester. Goes forward, but nobody's there. El Canus can't get to it. Manchester United having to defend a little bit here. I mean, whether this will actually make any difference in the Premier League, I don't know. Let's just enjoy this for what it is, shall we? We'll worry about Arsenal next week. It's going to be a long 45, this, isn't it? El Canoose now breaking away. He's got Dakova Reed free. He's going to shoot and it goes well wide. A little bit annoyed there for El Canoose. He had Dakova Reed up on his right. Totally unmarked. And he went for glory. And it was well wide in the end. Bit of a wasted attempt. Cheers, Keith. Yeah, I don't remember it leaking when I was there. Leicester putting free kick. I say Leicester putting some pressure on then. Player goes down and gets a free kick for Man United. That could cause him problems with Onana. Oh, Nana. Whoa, 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 whoa. Foul throw there. Can't even get a throw in right, can we? Oh, no, it's Man United. So it's a nice throw into Leicester. I thought that was a Leicester throw then. Thomas is going to try and launch one in. He got away with that one. Oh. Leicester, they're still putting the pressure on. Can Man United get it clear now? I'm not sure. I think that was they are saying it was a foul throw as well by Luke Thomas. Oh. Absolutely played the Leicester player a dummy there. That's a free kick to Manchester United. To be honest with you, nor did the Man United fan that was in earlier bath time. Oh. Hacked. Well, yeah, the commentator just said that Leicester hacked that clear. El Canoose now out to Dakova Reed on this far side, plays it in. Oh, it had to be a good clearance there. I think Onana would have probably got to it, but it's gone out for a throw-in. And Leicester on this near side. Again, putting Man United under a little bit of pressure here, Leicester, with Justin going to take the throw. Oh, Man United ended the throw-in, but then gave the ball away. El Canoose. Oh, Man United tried to break out there, but good defending. It's a quick throw by Fernandes on this near side. Virtually was on the halfway line. Oh, I couldn't see why. I didn't see that bit. Leicester defending well now. Can they break? El Canoes plays the ball forward. Indeed, he couldn't get to it, but it does fall for Dakova Reed on this near side. Again, plays it back. The advantage has disappeared, it would seem. Indeedy. Akoli gets it back from Thomas. Plays it to Faz. Foos. Again, a short pass which has played us into trouble. And now United break down this left-hand side, get it into the box. And then indeed he couldn't get to it because he slipped, but it does go out for Man United throw-in. Now then, that's getting the Old Trafford crowd going a little bit. And again, it would have been down to Leicester's own making. Some substitutions coming on for Leicester in a minute. Good defending, though. More by Man United's mistake than our good defending, but it doesn't matter. It was still defending. And has that ball gone out? No. Indeed, he's down injured. I think he's up. I think he's going to be substituted now anyway. So 56 minutes. Thomas is off. Koulibaly is on. So I'm guessing Justin's going to be moving over to the left. And indeed, to be totally honest with you, fair play. I mean, look, it's his first game back. Get the lad a break. So, Justin now. Trying to work out. Is Justin still on the right? Koulibaly on the left? Surely not. I mean, I cannot, if what I am seeing is right here, Koulibaly played on the left, Justin on the right, and that is what is happening. What? Yeah, Dorco, he did. I just don't understand why Koulibaly, a right back, is playing on the left. Dakova Reed gets it back. Oh, lovely 1-2 there with Winks. El Canoes overlapping down this right-hand side. Gets the ball in. Daka just couldn't quite get his head on it. Coming up to the hour mark. Winks. Yeah, Winks had a load of space. Nobody's cutting Winks down. Yeah, Thomas did fire. I thought Thomas had a good game. El Canoes. So Leicester throw in. No, I think he did all right. Half an hour gone. An hour, 61 minutes. 1 hour, 1 minute and 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 7 seconds. Yes. Can you imagine Manchester City 0, Leyton Orient 1? But is it at City or is it in London? El Canoes there, left it, got it back. Sumare was past it. He's Hideo now, I think. And we play it back. Yeah, I'm not. Is it, as I say, is it at City or is it at Leyton Orient's ground? Leyton Orient, of course, the home of the late great Jimmy Bloomfield. Where we got him from. All these teams that back in the day were first division regulars. And where are they now? Free money games. Oh, well, Orient would probably want it to be 1-1 then and go back for a draw. Which I think is wrong. I think if you're away and you get the win, I understand that these smaller clubs want the money, but maybe they should just, I don't know, it's... Problem is they go and beat Manchester City, they'll probably get Stockbridge Celtic or something in the next round, wouldn't they? Made that up, but you know what I mean. Who have Everton got, James? To throw in there, Koulibaly put in Dalio. Oh, Maino is coming off, I think. Yeah, Maino is off for Man United. And Xerxes is on. Is this Man United bringing on the big guns? I don't know who their big guns are anymore. So it's coming up to the 65-minute mark. Oh, Garnacho is through. Off the line. Did that not go in? Oh, my God, Akoli! What a fucking save! Faze! Oh, he took it over. Oh! He deflected it over Mads, did Faze. A Coley off across the bar. Off the line. That has got to be the move of the match. Got to be the move of the match. I mean, he would have got it had it not been for Faye's touch. How did that not go in? Cooley, go on, mate. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. It could have been Zane, but it wasn't. But Leicester got to remember. So into Leicester, right near the corner flag on the far side. That's going to be a reminder to Leicester. This game ain't over yet. Do not take Manchester United lightly. I was thinking that, Ronald, but I daren't say it. So Koulibaly with the throw-in. So, again, Leicester messing up a good move. And the Coley comes over to the throw-in again. Well, Garnacho scored in both the previous two games. You know what that means? Oh, what a save by a Coley. What a save off the line. He's had a good game. Koulibaly defending again well there, but it's crossed into the box. Oh, and it's headed clear, but the Man United still have it on the penalty box line. Can Garnacho get the cross in? 1-1. 67 minutes. Xerxes equalised. And again, we didn't really clear it. We didn't clear the ball. Garnacho has made all the difference. Faze. Faze, it hit him. And he just stood. Oh, God almighty. Will somebody please shoot Faze? Somebody kick that guy in the bollocks. Now, Man United are going to be up for this now. Man United now. They've got the bit between the teeth. So Garnacho's made all the difference since he was brought on, I've got to say, in fairness. Yeah, James, it was. Garnacho with that one, I think, put that one into, well, it was certainly high and wide, and it wasn't very pretty. 1-1. Yeah, I think any goal that goes in like that is going to knock the confidence. Justin with the throw in on the near side. Has to get it in the box. Oh, and then that's a free kick to Man United. McAtee looks like he's coming on. McAtee. So Dakova Reed is off, having scored the goal. McAtee is on. I want to just weather out the storm. We've got to literally I'm out running at Koulibaly here. Good defending by Leicester again. McAtee on the ball, but again stands on it. Winks turns. And again, it all goes all the way back to the defence. It's the FA Cup. You never know. You never know. It was a tap in for Xerxes. It wasn't his most difficult goal either. Now the goals have been spectacular. Oh, Garnacho again down this left hand. Oh, poor ball in. Straight to a Leicester player. No Man United player there. But Garnacho is causing us all problems. Xerxes as well. He's running it back, and it's back to Garnacho again. This is going to be, just in defending there. Corner. Poor corner. Leicester could actually break here. El Khanous is running ahead. El Khanous has got the ball. Good defending by Man United. Garnacho as well. Again. Plays it back. Fernandez chips it across to the far side. Koulibaly will just watch this go out. Yes, it does for a goal kick. El Khanous looked tired there. McAteer was on the other side, but he wasn't really up with him. Tottenham away next for Man United. Leicester on Saturday morning. Of course, hosting Arsenal. Yeah, like I say, a tap in for Xerxes, a nod in for Dakova Reed. Oh, no. Oh, Coley again getting his foot in. There's a Leicester player down. Garnacho's causing us all sorts of problems on this side. Still a Leicester player down on the far side. Garnacho through. Oh, and he puts it into the side netting. "79 minutes gone. Daka is down. Been down quite a while, Daka. No Vardy on the bench. Yeah, it does that. I mean, it is taking the sting out of the game, isn't it? Manga's not going to get on. He's there as... He's a bullshitter, Ruud van Nistelrooy. Renete's coming on. Is he coming on for Daka? Yep, Daka is off. And Renete up front. Well, Manchester City managed to play without a striker, didn't they? Can Leicester? 16 for Everton, I think, wasn't he? Don't know if James is still in. He'll tell us. It'd be nice to see if Bonetti could score. I mean, let's be honest with you. Like I said, this isn't going to define our season. However, it has been a better performance. Compare this performance to the Everton performance. Man United throw in there. Renete couldn't keep it in, and he ends up in the crowd himself. Now into the last 10 minutes of normal time. I have to say, at the moment, Man United are looking the better team. No bookings. There's been no bookings today. You didn't catch him, Ugarte. But he need him in the legs. But it was a 2-footed challenge. Yeah, he gets a booking. Ugarte has got a booking. The first booking of the night. It has, James. It has. Well, I thought it was younger than that. Got to be honest with you, James, but I'll bow to your knowledge. Being an Everton fan, a happy Everton fan at the moment, of course. And what a brilliant stadium you're moving into as well. Be interesting to see if you get the same atmosphere as you do at Goodison. Into the 6 minutes of normal time. Is a Leicester throw? No? Saying that Daka injury has taken the wind out of Man United sails on the commentary. Yes, it has. I think any delay does, doesn't it? I'm not sure, Prashant. Oh, God. Again, down this left-hand side for Man United. So at the moment, Leicester are playing with a left back in the right back role and the right back in the left-hand role. There's a corner for Leicester. Coley's had a good game today. I have to say, Man United have taken control of this game, but still only 54% possession. But 10 shots to our 6, but only had 2 on target. One of those obviously was the goal. It's a sliding tackle there by a Leicester player. I don't know why he did it, because it just went straight to Man United. Oh, the referee's overruled the linesman there. It is a Leicester throw. Well, the referee's had a good game, I've got to say. Xerxes coming away with the ball. He's a little terrier, is Xerxes. I do like him as a player. I would have said Winks probably, but I can't see if he's got the armband on. Might actually be FaZe. Oh, a shot there from Garnacho, but it goes down. And Matt Hermanson's throw. I think it's FaZe as captain. A lovely play again by Man United. It was a good shot, but it was straight down the throat of Matt Hermanson. I mean, United in this second half, since Garnacho came on, and suddenly Leicester keep winning it back and then keep giving it away. Samare now. Like I say, Xerxes, a little terrier. Now they get a free kick. Could have gone either way there. Renette slowing the free kick down. Yeah, who fucking hell made FaZe captain? We are into the last minute of the game. Fast headed it away, but it's as far as the Man United player, and they come back again now. And a foul to Leicester. Renette's down. Just staying down there. Oh no, it's El Canoes. Doing it right, taking it down. I mean, it is, I would say, literally a tale of two halves. This is a tale of two halves. We are literally in the last minute. 3 minutes added on. Now Canoe's trying to do something there, but he can't. Hoof ball upfield by Maguire, headed clear. And it's a throw into Man United, which they take very, very quickly. 1-1. 2 minutes to go. Ball all the way through. Faze leaves it. He gets the shout from a Manson, who just picks it up. I'm not sure what Winks was doing there, but referee encouraged by the crowd at Old Trafford. Never. Never. One of his better games at right back, I will say. There's a free kick in the last minute. Fernandez boots it upfield into the box, and it's there. Harry Maguire. Would you believe it? Can you believe it? Harry Maguire from the free kick. I mean, it was a lovely free kick. I'm not going to deny it. Don't know whether it was offside or not, but there's no VAR, obviously. Was offside, apparently they're saying. Can you believe it? Almost a third there. Which would have been really unfair. There it is. It's all over. You could say lucky Man United. Do they deserve it? Who knows? We made them work for it. We'll be back in a few minutes with the post-match reaction. Bit deflated. What do they say? We can concentrate on the league. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel now and make sure you never miss another upload. Leave a like now. Ring the bell and never miss another video.
How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Tale of two halves. Garnacho made all the difference. Their goal was offside, but no VAR. If it had gone the other way, we wouldn't have been complaining. For once, a decent performance. Let's have a look what you guys are saying in the chat, and then I'll bring my guests, Tom and Wayne, in after that. All right, let's have a look what you were saying. Let's just go back. You guys have played decent tonight. Overall, put the pressure after United's goal, but a decent display under the pressure. Yes, we were. Wow. James. Hi, James. How you doing, mate? Hope you are well. Nice to see you, buddy. That's really harsh on you guys that he was offside. We're saying he was offside. Yes, he was, but this is the referee, the linesman that just before that had given a throw in the wrong way, so he's never going to spot on offside, is he? The referee himself had a good game, I thought. How the hell do we always bottle it in the end due to sloppy casual defending? Vout phase, I'll say 2 words. Vout phase. A mile offside. How can the linesman not see that? How could you not see that? I mean, the referee had to overrule him with that throw-in. Can we appeal for a rematch? If you cannot defend, you don't have a chance. Rob Linesman was blind. 3 Man United players of that blind. The linesman was having a wank in the corner flag. He wasn't watching the game. Yes, he should. It's been a while since he's gone away, mate. And we're not the club that he loved. He came to us from Hull. He wasn't our first club. Why shouldn't he celebrate? I disagree with you totally there. I'm surprised that the linesman didn't put his flag up. He probably had it up his arse, pleasuring himself. Let's have a look. Tony's in. Hi, bad substitutions. It's on Rude. And he's a Man United fan. Well, we weren't bad today's game, and we were decent in the second half, but United came in stronger. They did. They had better subs to bring on. Did we lack a striker being on the bench? I think we did. Same with the Sin. Hey, mate, it's been a while, Ash. How you doing? As a Man United fan, shouldn't be an ET now, or should be an ET now, but no VAR in League Cup. Great goal in by Fernandez. Staying on up now. Yeah. I mean, we did okay. EV, 3 players caught offside, but now the linesman or ref could see a blatant offside. It's on the linesman. Offsides are down to linesman. Linesman was a joke. Yep, indeed. I totally agree. And Brad's in. Bradders, how you doing, mate? How's your luck, eh? We play better team for most of the game. I tell you what, why had we got a left back on the right-hand side and a right back on the left-hand side? That is the question that I want to know, because we've got a fucking clown as a manager. I'm sorry. I need to get it off my chest. And 2 guys that are going to help me are Wayne and Tom. And we'll bring them in a minute. Gentlemen, good evening. Look, Tom, you're underneath me. Let me come to you first. I'll give Wayne a chance to come off mute. Sorry, Wayne. Can't resist it, mate. Tom, look, we need to get rid of this wanker that we've got as a manager, don't we?
Well, it's slow progress, isn't it, Chris? It had Tottenham game vibes in the first half, I felt. It was very much one of those where it was there for the taking, and we did go 1-0 up, and we were the better team in the first half. But like you said, the Garnacho substitution makes a change, and we haven't got anything off the bench to really add anything to the team that's already out there. And this is what happens, mate. I think when you're running on a very small, tight group of players, and he seems to be picking the same players now a lot, isn't he? I think then we're looking at this is the reality of it. So, yeah, I mean, it's modern day football, Chris, isn't it? I mean, you haven't got the money to buy players. Who's the next one? It's the manager, isn't it?
It's a case of you do good with what you've got, Wayne. You don't play a fucking right back on the left and a left back on the right.
Do you know when Koulibaly came on and he put him on that side? On the side, I said to Tom, I said, I bet Chris is going apoplectic.
What? I mean, I don't know. Is it not just common sense? I mean, well, I'm surprised that he hasn't got fucking Danny Ward on the bench and bringing him on to play up front. He might as well. He hasn't got a bloody clue what he's doing. Yes, okay, don't get me wrong, the performance was better. But when you're doing things like that, and all right, you could, whether that was a handball or not, you could argue the referee didn't spot it first of all, and because of course the crowd shouted, he decided to give it. So the referee's buckled to the crowd. I just think bring Steve Cooper back, Tom.
Well, it's interesting because me and Wayne said it's interesting how we've ended up coming back to a Coley and Faze, who we think are probably, or I did anyway, so I think are probably the best two centre-backs we have, ironically. And look where we are, because that's where Cooper was, wasn't it, Chris? That's exactly what he worked out early in the season, and that was the way it was. So it's a bit maddening, really, in some ways, to have kind of gone around the big circle, around the houses, and dropped a lot of points along the way. So the thing is, you haven't got much time in the Premier League now. This is the thing. Time is ticking. And and that's the problem, mate. It's not quick enough, is it, really? And we're getting a bit frustrated.
You can't work out, but Wayne, when you can't work out where you put a left back and you can't work out where you put a right back, you got no fucking chance in working out what's the best thing for the team, have you?
No, I've got visions of you waiting for Rude to arrive at the King Power Stadium and saying, Rude, I need a word with you about the players you've got and the positions you play them in. But I did wonder whether Koulibaly would have. So when Garnacho came on, and he was the turning point for Man United, I did think, what would Koulibaly do against Garnacho? Because he had a lot of space there, and he had the beating of Justin. He wasn't getting covered, and he ripped us apart down that our right side of defence, and he made the difference really. So. Koulibaly,
maybe another manager would look down and thought, "Oh, I need to do something here." No, he sat there eating his McDonald's, whatever it is, and thinking, "Oh, I used to play here. Look, this is a wonderful state. Oh, I like. Oh, what they've scored? What went on there?"
There's a part of it which is kind of like with Van Nistelrooy turning up at Man United, where it's like we're married to him, right? We're the wife, we're the one cooking the meals at home, and we're at the office work do, and he's flirting with the fit secretary, isn't he? Because that's who he really wants to be married to. There's a little bit of that, and don't get me wrong, I appreciate we like it with Pearson and other people when they come back. But there's a little bit of me, it's like, man, come on, we got to be a bit better than that now.
Indeed. I mean, all right, look, first of all, Tom, you weren't here for the first half. It was a nod in from Dakova Reed and a tap in from Zerke. But that Dakova Reed, give us your thoughts on it. We obviously talked about it at half time, Wayne and me. You give me your thoughts on it.
Well, it's interesting because Dakova Reed always seems to get in these games in particular, where we're playing teams who are going to allow us space in these positions. He always seems to come up trumps and is either contributing to a goal or he's scoring a goal. Outside of that, he's not been very good, has he? As soon as the game tightens up, he becomes a little bit invisible. So I think it's interesting, like how he took advantage of it. I can see why we play him in these games. But the reality is, Chris, is that we said it in the Tottenham game, and I'll say it with this game, because we had to face Everton after Tottenham, and what happened? We got utterly humiliated. And Manchester United aren't all that at the moment. We need to be getting points off teams like Crystal Palace, and Crystal Palace went there and utterly did this lot easily. So it shows you how far we've still got to go, mate, really, because we're so far off it in spite of only losing 2-1 here, really.
Wayne, I'm going to go back because he's pissing me off, something rotten, Ruud van Nistelrooy. When do you go into an FA Cup tie with no striker on the bench?
I don't know whether he was thinking that Monga could take that role,
he was never going to play. No, Wayne, come on. We said he was never going to play Monga. That was just more Ruud van Nistelrooy bullshit. If he was going to play Monga, he would have played Alves before now. That was there just to try and keep the crowd present. He had no intention of letting him anywhere near the grass.
Yeah, I think sometimes you've got to allow people the chance to like, this is what I say. Okay, so what are you going to do? I think it's becoming clear that he is going to the older players, which, as Tom said, is kind of circular from what Cooper was doing before. And that's the worrying thing for me. You've got people who could play, who is not playing. I mean, Winks, I'm not a fan of him. You know, I just don't think he's Premier quality. And as you said, Man United were there for the taking. I mean, you know, you'd expect in this game, you think we can very well get 3 points. I know we got done by an offside goal, and it was offside.
Yeah.
But if it had gone on to extra time, do you honestly think we'd have won that game? I don't think so.
No. And if we had won it, we would have been saying what a wonderful tactician Ruud van Nistelrooy is. But he's not. At the end of the day, is an absolutely awful one. We should have been 2-1 down before that, Tom. A Coley, wow, what a save off the
off the bar of his foot. It was unbelievable, wasn't it? I said to Wayne, it was like something I'd see in ice hockey. You know, literally one of those where you sort of chuck your body on the line at the last minute. And I also thought to myself, I think he's got the right pair of boots on, if that rumour was true or not, coming out of the training camp, because he managed to get up and do a great last-minute deflection. But, of course, typical Leicester, mate, that's a really uplifting moment. And then a few moments later, we go and concede, which is the shame of it, really. But I think it sums up where we are right now, kind of. The irony of Maguire scoring an offside goal to knock us out just shows you where we are as a club right now. Nothing's going right. We're not helping ourselves either, are we? But also, I'll quickly say, before I go back to you, it's interesting how, like Wayne was saying, Cooper and Ruud have kind of come to the same conclusion about where this team is and who's going to be the best players playing. I wonder if we ever change the manager now, if we'd come to the same conclusion a third time. I just don't think we've got the quality anymore. That is the reality of where we are.
Yeah, I don't think we should change the manager necessarily now. I mean, what would happen? He's still going to work with the same idiots that Ruud van Nistelrooy is. And I choose the word lightly, and maybe was idiots the right word to use? Actually, yes, it was. There's no point in changing him. But at the end of the season, even if he keeps us up, he's got to go. Wayne.
Sorry, is that to me?
Yeah. Sorry,
what was the last thing you just said, Chris?
He's got to go at the end of the season, even if he keeps us up.
It's difficult, really, because I do think he's a good manager. I just think, as Tom said, he's dealing with a lot of rubbish. You got El Canous, who definitely stands out. He's got the swagger, he's got the ball control, but he can't do it all the time. I do think when Ndidi went off, it'd be interesting to see. I think he must have brought Ndidi off because he was probably blowing a bit. The stats is redlining, because I thought him and Samori in the midfield kept control of that midfield. When he went off and Winks came on, I know you had the guy on Nacho effect on their left-hand side, but Winks is too. There was one bit where he lost. He was sleeping on the ball. He lost the ball. The ball ricocheted back to him, and he then passed it to a Man United player. And he loses the ball regular. He's not physical enough. And Ndidi, one thing I noticed with Ndidi, sometimes he'll be in the middle, then he'll be on the right wing, then he'll be a left back. But Ndidi is intelligent when he chases out and goes after the ball, and quite often he'll get the ball. And I do think Ndidi is a pivotal guy. If he hadn't gone off half time, we might have got a draw into extra time. I rate Ndidi, and I hope he plays for the rest of the season. Yeah.
I want to come, and I'll come on to that in a second, because it was a good. I want to have a look at the midfield, but I do want to pick you up on a point there. You said you believe Ruud van Nistelrooy is a good manager. What proof are you going to put on the table that he's a good manager?
I think because of basically when we lost Hermansen, Fatawu, Ricky P, and Ndidi, we lost the heart of the side, basically. And that other teams have had serious injury lists, but they've got really powerful big squads. Teams like Leicester and Ipswich and Southampton, if you get 3 or 4 significant first team injuries, you're basically buggered for the season. unless you're bringing people. And one thing Rude did say in his press conference is that we wanted to bring in impact players into the club. And we tried to get them in. We hadn't quite got the money to, or we weren't in the position to be attractive enough. And so we couldn't get impact players in. I do think he wants to get players in. He knows players that can get in.
Of course he does. Yeah. Every manager wants to bring players in, Wayne. But Tom, a decent manager, a League Two manager that Carlisle have just sacked the manager. They made 11 signings in the window, and they sacked the manager. Brought a new guy in. Now he will look at that and he'll go, I like to play whatever it is, this particular formation. After, how many games has Rude had now? 12 games? After 12 games, you probably think, this isn't working. They're not playing to this. I better try something else that the players that they here are suitable for. That's what would make him a good manager. The fact that he's playing the same shit week after week after week. Winks, and I quite like Winks, but he's shit at the moment. What was he doing bringing him on? Why not give Skip a go? And don't turn around and say, Skip's rubbish. He hasn't played enough to prove whether he's rubbish or good. Why not bring Alves on? I mean, I know he's gone now, but, why hasn't he been doing that? Why hasn't he been using... That's what a good manager does. There's nothing that man has done that gives me any hope that he is a good manager.
I can see where you're getting at, and I think you raised the point there, Chris, I was going to raise actually if you hadn't led me into it. But the challenge is that he's now turning up and playing it the same way Steve Cooper played it. So what really he's showing is he's doing exactly what the old manager was doing when we were failing. And we know he can play 5 at the back because he briefly changed the formation the other day to do it. And we have questioned at the time, looking at this going, is it not perpetual madness with this group of players to keep doing the same thing? Is it not time to go and play 5 at the back, to have that extra centre back if we haven't got the quality there in 2 of them? Because then maybe Vestergaard becomes more important because we can use his intelligence more. He won't get caught out because he's got covering players. But this is the point, isn't it, mate? And this is the sticking point that gets me and concerns me and concerns all fans, because I know a 2-1 loss to Manchester United on the scheme of things when you've been in the game for well over 45 minutes potentially isn't that big of a thing. And some people will look at us going, cool, aren't they being a bit funny about this? But it is the grand scheme of things, the bigger picture that is a concern, you're right. Because the timing of it seems to be taking ages to get anywhere with Rude a little bit, and we need to be quicker at it. There's no doubt about it.
Wayne, substitutions made. Winks came on. Again, I'm not particularly happy with that. But Thomas off, Koulibaly on. Thomas, I thought added, and a couple of people said in the chat, I thought Thomas had a decent game. Why is he playing a left back on the right and a right back on the left? Why would you do that?
I honestly don't know. I do think he brought Thomas on to deal with the pace on the wing of Man United, and I think he did a brilliant job, to be honest. I think he was good at tackling. He was quite aggressive going forward. I think when he's come on this season, he has done really well, Thomas, and we thought his career was over for Leicester. But yeah, the substitutions, the trouble is, could you bring Skip on? So what is Skip doing in training? So you got Ndidi, who's literally a Prem starter and probably will be in the top stats of the Prem if he was fit for the season. He's got to come off probably because he's first game back. He's not match fit. And you've got Winks on, and Winks is a weakness. So as Tom said, we have got a weak squad. And it is going to be a fight to get to be 17th in this league with this squad, definitely. Because we only just made it past Spurs, and we didn't make it past Man United. And that's the reality of it. We have got a very weak squad and a weak first team.
Paul says there what I said. Rude had no intention of playing Manga tonight. He had absolutely. He put it there. Gloves made the point here. Still talking about the ghost of Ricky P. Fans' pressure led to Cooper playing him, and now he's got another long-term injury. I'm sorry, that wasn't the fans' pressure. Ricky P will get an injury every 3 games. You get him fit, think you'll get 2 games out of him, then he's off injured. He's a sick note, and he needs to be let out of the club as well. He's past his best. You bring him on, he gets injured, he's off. Bring him back on, he gets injured, he's off. He's a waste of space as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, totally He put that in just to. He didn't even put the 2 players in that he said he was going to do. So that's what bullshit he talks about. Tom, talking of bullshit, indeed he went off. He was the captain.
Yep.
Who would you have made captain at that point?
Oh, I don't know, mate. It's a very good question. I don't think there's many options out there, is there? Probably Sumare, because he was covering a lot of the midfield and he seemed to be orchestrating a lot. And I think it's more important to have it up there when Hermansen's going to be quite vocal anyway, so maybe it's not needed to have a captain in defence. So I'd have gone Sumare, probably.
Or AU or Decovery, somebody with experience?
Yeah, AU would have been fine. Yeah, AU would have been fine.
Who was captain after he went off?
I confess I didn't see Chris.
I didn't, to be honest with you, because I would have made it mad. I'll pass it over. Wayne, do you know who was captain?
I don't. I would have said probably El Canoes would have made a good captain, actually, because he's just fight for the con.
Are you ready for this? The captain was Wout Faes.
I knew he was going to say that. I was going to guess him, actually.
Where, in a month of fucking Sundays, do you make the shittest player probably to have ever worn a Leicester City shirt, and I'm including Akinbaye in that, but at least he could score goals. Why do you make the shittest player that has ever worn a Leicester City shirt captain? Either of you answer me that and tell me, because I'm past understanding Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Well, I'll tell you something I thought, mate. This team reminds me of the team we had under Peter Taylor, where we got relegated.
I have Peter Taylor back. Somebody ring him and see if he's available.
I know, right? And this is the thing. My point with it is, it's a similar circumstance. We've dropped, even though we were in the Championship last year, we were kind of a mid-table established Premier League team when we got relegated. We still haven't readjusted from that. We can't have any passengers in this team now because we're fighting at the bottom. When you're in the top 10 and you're playing some better football and you've got a quality player like Tillemans or someone, you can get away with things a bit more. It hides stuff. But now I thought Daka was bad again today because he didn't run. Like when that chance for the counter-attack came with Samari coming forward and there was El Canoes, Daka was back with Fies at centre-back, just literally strolling very gently. And I'm thinking, you're the centre forward, mate. This is an opportunity. Bust a gut and get up there. We know you're quick enough. That's what you're meant to be good at. And it's stuff like that, Chris. When you've got players who are out there doing that, I feel for Ruud because I feel we haven't set him up right. But obviously, if the money isn't there in the club, you've got to make best of what you've got. And then we go back to the formation. And then this whole argument continues weekly.
Because it's his job to sort it out. And it's his job to make sure that Daka isn't doing that. Maybe. I said this at the start here, Wayne, but bear with me here. A little bit silly. He decided to give Vardy smiling. He decided to give Vardy a rest because, let's be honest with you, who would play Vardy in 3 games in a week, let alone two in a week? Oh, yeah, Ruud van Nistelrooy would, wouldn't he? Yeah, he plays Vardy 3 times a week. But he rests him today. I don't know, maybe he's injured. Probably, let's be honest with you. We've got Harold Shipman as our doctor at Seagrave, haven't we? We've got that many bloody injuries. Let's go and play Man United. And I know Manchester City didn't used to have us, they played a bit of a season without a striker. Maybe that's a good, we could do that. We're as good as Manchester City. Oh, we fuck. We've got a striker. I know he's called Edouard and maybe might not be doing something much at the trade. I don't know, but it's a striker. No. I'm not going to pick a striker. And if Daka gets injured, I'm going to put my number 10 on. What the fuck?
Probably that's what Ruud's thinking when he comes to write the team down. He's thinking, what the fuck do I do with this squad of players? Because he hasn't got the choices.
Do something with it. Stop picking the same bloody wankers week in, week out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you got McAteer. I know Kate likes McAteer for his effort, but McAteer running up the wing, right wing, turns round, passes the ball back. It ends up back at Koulibaly on the left back. You're thinking, for God's sake, what's teams up and down the country, pub teams, 5-a-side teams, to pass the ball forward, and everybody can do it. It's not a thing that's only professional footballers are able to do. People are doing it. Thousands and millions of people are doing it week in, week out. Yet we struggle getting the ball forward quickly. And Notts Forest do it. They score goals. Other teams do it. And yeah, people like Mongo, I am gutted about Mongo. And also, the one thing I will say about Rude, he should have dealt with Garnacho, the situation earlier on. It was clear after 50 odd minutes what was going to happen. Sometimes he was in like 30 yards of space on his own, hugging the touchline. He should have been shut down, basically.
The thing is, the difference is, Wayne, that when Garnacho had all that space, he could actually do something with it. When Winks had all that space in midfield, which he did at times, he did fuck all with it.
You're being Winksist, though, Chris. You can't be Winksist anymore.
I'm being Ruud van Nistelrooy bloodyist.
One of my customers says when Winks signed for Leicester, he says, "Oh yeah, apparently he's got his number sorted out." He said he insisted on having 40 on his shirt. 40 wings.
Did he? Oh.
Which is how he plays, Chris. Chris, all these weeks we've listened to you coming out with the most rubbish jokes. I thought I'm going to get one in now today.
I didn't get that. That was so clever. It was too clever. I didn't get it. So, well, fair play to you, mate. Fair play.
And he plays like he's having 40 wings.
Yeah. Tom, I've got to give Faye credit. He did actually nearly score a goal.
Well, yeah. I mean, the problem is that he's the best of a bad bunch, Chris, isn't he? I mean,
no.
I think he is. I think he's better than the best of part.
You do not come on this channel and say Wout Faes is the best of anything.
Well, you know, I'd probably have the chap who's on loan at Oxford United who's got a broken leg or whatever it is in there now if I could. But I'll just give him an injection and go, off you go, mate, just hobble around. We might have a better chance. But no, the thing is, I mean, right now, like the best we got is a 5 out of 10. He's a 5 out of 10. I mean, that's the level of performance we're getting out of this lot. It's frustrating. Yeah, we didn't go out and buy a centre-back, did we? We could have bought a centre-back, a right winger, a central midfielder to replace Winks. There's so many places, Chris. We got holes in this team now. And too many stragglers. You mentioned Ricardo, bless him. Like, I love Ricardo. But in the process of the way the club should have been run, like Brighton, we couldn't afford to lose that 180-odd million pounds worth of players on free transfers. We had to sell them on for profit to keep ourselves viable, and we weren't prepared to do it. And look, we got caught now of a team that's out of date.
But Wayne, do you know what I'm talking about with Faes nearly scoring a goal?
Didn't it where he intercepted? Is that the one?
No. This was when Akoli came to his rescue.
Yes,
because they put the shot in. Now, whether Hermansen didn't shout or not, because Hermansen had it covered, and Hermansen would have actually got his hand to it. But Faes probably thinking, "Oh, I'm not going to listen to the goalkeeper. I'm primetime Messi. I can do this." Gets his foot on it, takes it over the goalkeeper, and thankfully, Akoli was there to kick it off the line.
Booted it on the crossbar, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he actually smiled as he did it as well, Chris. Just smiled as he intercepted, just for a photo opportunity as well.
Who, Wout Faes?
Yes, yeah. Good for his portfolio.
Yeah. Okay, you know, I mean, I keep expecting him to do a hair, you know, a hair shampoo advert, you know, because I'm worth it. No, you're fucking not. You're not worth any fucking thing. Look, well done to Akoli for that. Zerke, again, what was Faes doing, Tom? I mean, he was just stood around doing sweet fuck all.
Well, he lacks energy on occasion, doesn't he, mate? I'll definitely agree with you there. And the problem is like I say, when you're down at the bottom fighting the way we are, that's the minimum you need to see irrelevant of results. And I think this is where the broken record of every week continues, where it's the same players that we get annoyed about, but we're having to play them for whatever reason. And that frustration continues, mate. And I think that's the sad thing about it, because we're looking at it and going, this Man United team, where they are now, you know, I know it's an FA Cup game, but we need to be beating these sort of teams now, because they're making it a viable option to be beaten, and we're not good enough. And it's really frustrating in that regard. And I just think every week it's going to go back to the same thing for me, mate. We need to have a better organisation behind the scenes before we're ever going to progress on the pitch again. And I mean that is terminal unless we really sort that out.
It was against the run of play, really, wasn't it? And I tell you, the thing was, that I know we scored just before half time, and we didn't seem to start the second half too bad, actually, but that turned the game on its head, didn't it? And the crowd were getting Wayne, they were getting wound up, they were getting annoyed with the players, and that it just gave Man United a second wind.
It did, yeah. Yeah, it was Daka Prince. Yeah, very good point, Tony. Yeah, it did. And to be honest, you could see from that point, you could see the atmosphere built in Old Trafford, the crowd was getting behind it. Man United started playing the ball quicker. It was just the breath of life that they needed. And when indeed he went off, they got more control of the game. But that, some of our players, when you get a player that's super influential in the game, you can tell some players just on it, everything touches right, like Garnacho. A good manager should isolate that and think, that needs bloody well sorting out. We've got to do something. Man-to-man mark, do something. Because some of our players have been... El Canus, I think, one game was man-to-man marked because they realised he was a danger man. And a good manager, that's a basic thing. If you get a player come on that turns the game, for God's sake, sort him out. Do something and limit the amount of space that he can run into. Because he had too much space to get the ball, run into the box, and then cross the ball or shoot. Yeah.
Look, I'm going to have to do this. We're going to do the team performance here. I'm going to because I'm going to be like the school teacher here. Because Wayne tried to hide his face and then pretend he wasn't there, I'm going to go to Wayne first. That'll teach you, young man. Stop playing about at the back. Fingers on lips. Your team performance tonight.
Oh, blimey.
I've already committed mine away. So.
Overall, I'd say a 6 because in the first half, I thought we were brilliant. Man United didn't worry us. They did score from an offside goal. I know you said, oh, if that was happened to us, we'd have been happy. But it was an offside goal. In fact, there was about 3 Man United players offside when he took the free kick. So it's just one of those. It just got away from us. But there were positive things. It's just whether indeed he can stay fit. So I'd say 6 team performance.
6. And in fairness, had it gone to extra time, I don't think we'd have survived extra time anyway, if I'm honest with you. Tom?
I'll go over 5. They got like a 7 for the first half and a 4 for the second. So yeah, we'll go for a 5 in the middle. I think it's interesting how none of us are really focused on the offside goal. Like you say, it's like that's the reality of the game and what happened to us. But realistically, you got to look at the bigger picture in these things. There's sometimes you lose games and you put in good performances, but we're seeing the same repeating cycle now. And my biggest worry, even about tonight, is about the next game and what we're going to get, because we could get done 4-0 again.
Yes. I mean, I haven't mentioned the offside goal because literally it was offside. We all know it was offside, but there's no VAR. And look, I sit here and we moan week in, week out about VAR. So I'm not going to sit here and say, well, we should have had VAR when I absolutely hate VAR. You can't have it both ways. Do you know what I mean? So you two have actually been quite hard on this performance. 6 from Wayne, 5 from Tom. I'm actually going to go 7. Because I thought I know Wayne looked shocked there. I actually thought we did all right. Garnacho made all the difference. And that was the manager not maybe putting Kula. I think, Koulibaly, who's obviously a right back in that position, he might have been able to do better. That's not the team's fault. I did all right. The reason that I kept it to 7 was because, again, we've got this habit of breaking forward and then playing back. But I thought we did all right at times. Again, we give away the ball too easily. We didn't close down as much as Man United were, but I've gone a 7. So I think you two are being very, very mean. if I may say so.
I'm surprised at you giving 7, Chris. I mean, if he'd have brought Monger on, you would have given him an 8.
If he'd brought Monger on, who knows? Monger might have scored. But, but being the bullshitter that he is, he was never going to bring him on, He got a 7 off Alan as well, who was obviously our official adjudicator at the match there. Team 7. Now, man of the match. Look at these lovely graphics. I say I don't waste my afternoons,
Just checking, that's not Daka doing a goal slide, is it, Chris?
No. I couldn't find a picture of that. It doesn't exist, apparently, I don't think. I've got 2, and I've nailed it down to 1. I have locked it in and written it down. I've got Alan's in, but Wayne, where are you going with your man of the match?
If Ndidi had played longer, I would have given it Ndidi, because the stats don't lie. Before he was injured, I think it was him and Samari in midfield are brilliant, quality, but he did go off 50-odd minutes. So I'd say El Canoes for his, I think he's got a swagger on the ball. Sometimes he'll do the quick one touch, pass it and then move. Sometimes he'll then stop and hold it and pivot around and pass the ball. He is really competitive as well. He does get the tackles in, 50-50 tackles. So I'd say the spirit and the skill in the game, El Canoes this game.
Tom?
I'll go a bit left field. I'll go for Okoli. I thought Okoli had a pretty good game at centre-back. He took responsibility a lot. He once came and headed away from...
No. You can't go left field because we've got the right back there.
That's true, actually, mate. But like Rude, I'd probably play him the wrong way round, perhaps.
No, come on, get a grip, man.
No,
I know what you mean, though. I do know what you mean.
Yeah,
Sorry,
but no, I'll go over Cody. Yeah, just to keep it simple, I just think bearing in mind it was his first game back in alongside FaZe, I thought he did very well. I thought he was actually, that was one of the more productive first half performances in particular for a centre back. So yeah, no, I'll go over Cody. Different.
Well, interestingly, is my second choice that nearly got it was actually El Canoes, because it was at times the only player that I thought was actually trying to make things work for us. However, I have agreed with obviously not agreed with Wayne, but I've agreed with you, Tom, and I've gone Okoli. I thought he had a very good game. I went centre field because I went for Okoli. I think after that, he's got to be a starter. Maybe it was just the fact that FaZe was so shit that he made Okoli look good. That might have had something to do with it. I don't know. Possibly. But yeah, El Canoes would have got it. Indeed, he did well. Like I say, and he gave he played a few short passes. But look, he's ring rusty, so I'm not going to hold that against him. I think he had a very good game. And I think moving forward, if he can stay fit, I think him and Sumare are the two that take us forward, which obviously means we'll have Skip and Winks in next week. Fucking about this, Roy. Interestingly, Alan actually went for Ndidi. Indeed.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. I tell you what, Tom, we are going to have fun. We've got a new show coming up on Monday night, guys. We're changing one show, which is the Watchalong. Not the Watchalong. This is the Watchalong. Oh my God, the weekend review. We won't be actually doing the player ratings at the end of this. We'll be doing it on the Monday night now. We're going to disagree an awful lot about this, aren't we?
I was surprised we agreed today, Chris. I guess the first time we've ever agreed on anything, isn't it?
Well, probably.
That's why I said it's left field. I was like, he's never going to agree with this.
Nippon is in. Hi, Nippon. It's been absolutely ages. How the devil are you? Welcome along, big Chelsea fan. I hope you are well, sir. Hope your job and everything's going all right. That so annoys me how instead of kicking it back into the box, if it doesn't work first time, we go right back and start again. I think we had a corner once again that ended up back with Madsen Manson. And What are you doing 9 o'clock on Monday night, everybody? Well, join us for Talking Balls. Talking Balls, a late night. Look at that. Jekyll and Hyde on the front there. You work out who's who. But 9 o'clock, we have got, it's just going to be absolute, it's going to be tis was with football, isn't it? Tom's going to be joining me for that. Yeah, we're going to have a few quizzes, a few laughs and what have you. So do tune in for that. Guys, look, at least one thing, at least now, it's not ruined our Saturday, has it?
This is true. I get a day away from football tomorrow, which I'm quite happy about, mate. I was saying to Wayne, I think the way this season's lining up, by April or May, I might be finished off because it might be pretty dramatic.
Well, tomorrow, actually, I am going to Christchurch.
New Zealand?
No, that would be nice, wouldn't it? No.
Yeah, it'll take a while, mate. You might not be back for the next game.
You think that would worry me?
Well, you're on holiday in 10 days, aren't you? So I'm pretty sure you weren't worried when you booked that one.
No, less than 10 days. In fact, I'm on holiday on Thursday.
Poor you, lucky man. Can I come in your suitcase? I need some sunshine, mate. It's miserable here.
I'm going with Ryanair, mate. I can't take a suitcase. What do you mean?
Yeah, we're lucky to have a seat, mate.
The suitcase would bloody cost me more than the flight. Don't be silly, you know. But no, I'm going to Lanzarote on Thursday, where it is extremely warm, just in case anybody wants to know, and not wet. But tomorrow I'm actually going to go to Christchurch, which is just down the road from here in Bournemouth. And my two nephews play for Christchurch FC, which are semi-professional. I think it's about the 10th, 11th tier of football, what have you. They've won the last two games, scoring 6 goals. So it'd be nice to go and see a team that can actually play. And I haven't decided yet whether to do a match day vlog or not.
I think you should. Why not?
Oh,
yeah. Do it.
Could be interested. Might get the Christchurch manager, see if he's available to come and manage Leicester.
I think that's a great idea there, mate. I think it'll be uplifting for the channel, like we're doing the show on Monday. It's quite a negative vibe when you're in a relegation battle, isn't it? It can get pretty dark and it can be the same stuff we're saying every week. So let's try and bring some humour into this. We've been in these battles before. We have, and we'll be in them again. Everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Wayne. Please smash the like, share it, subscribe to the channel, comment if you're watching this on catch up, click that notification bell, and you will never miss a show. The women are playing on Sunday. I might actually be back to do a watch along for the women's. I haven't decided yet, but I might just turn up and do that. FA Cup against Manchester City. Can't be any worse than this lot, can they? Guys, thanks very much. All the best. Have a great weekend, everybody. If nothing else, I will see you on a Monday night. Good night.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You'd better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network. TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.